The book of Isaiah, chapter 38. Above the chapter 38, it says Hezekiah's life is extended. So right away, that gives us a clue. And just studying 37, how it was repeating some of what 20 of Isaiah had said. Specifically for me, it's like a touchstone, a place where I can figure out some parts of what I'm reading. And so the touchstone I was given was that, who are we talking about? We're talking about Sennacherib, for sure. So that leads us to some information. And then I put his picture up for the last chapter. And then I put the picture up of his father, Sargon, who's mentioned in 20, Isaiah 20. Now, when we start with this, Hezekiah's life is extended, we go back to Kings 20. So isn't that funny? So yesterday we were in 37 and it referred back to 20, Isaiah 20. And now we're back in Kings 20. And this is where he talks about or was it 19? No. Yeah, it's actually 19, the number of people that were killed. It was 185,000 people. And they mention that in 37, this last chapter. But what they also mention in the next chapter in Kings 20, Kings 2, it's not Kings 2, it's Kings 1. No, it's 2 Kings. It's 2 Kings, chapter 20. They also mention that a couple of very important things, so let's remind ourselves. So he repented, Hezekiah. He was like the best king after, well, no, David had not come yet. So I don't think so, right? I can't even think about that right now. But I don't think David had come yet, because there were only like 2 good kings. He's one of them. And it says he was on his deathbed, and Isaiah came to him. And he told Isaiah that he said, "Tell him, the God of David, thy father, thus saith the Lord, the God of David, thy father, I have heard thy prayer. I have seen thy tears. Behold, I will heal thee. On the 3rd day thou shalt go up unto the house of the Lord, and I will add unto thy days 15 years. And I will deliver thee and the city out of the hand of the king of Assyria. And I will defend this city for mine own sake and for my servant David's sake." I don't know, maybe David came by now. I don't know. No, it's after. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not talking about that right now, but that's something I should know, but I don't. But the other important thing is that this is what happens right after, well, you may not get captured by Assyria, but this is going to happen. And that's in chapter 20, verse 17. "Behold, the days come that all that is in thine house and that which thy fathers have laid up in store unto this day shall be carried unto Babylon. Nothing shall be left, saith the Lord. And of thy sons thou shalt issue from thee, which thou shalt beget, shall they take away, and shall be eunuchs in the place of the king of Babylon, in the palace of the king of Babylon." So he's taking all these sons that should be kings of Israel, and he's going to chop off their you know what and make them slaves in Babylon. So let's go to 38. "In those days was Hezekiah sick unto death. And Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amoz, came unto him and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Set thine house in order, for thou shalt die and not live. Then Hezekiah turned his face toward the wall and prayed unto the Lord and said, Remember now, O Lord, I beseech thee, how I have walked before thee in truth and with a perfect heart, and have done that which is good in thy sight. And Hezekiah wept sore. Then came the word of the Lord to Isaiah, saying, Go and say to Hezekiah, Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Lord, the God of David thy father. Oh, David was his father. We got lucky. Whoo! Yeah, that makes sense, right? Everybody was just so messed up and tore up. Yeah, maybe he came from him. I still don't know, but it's what it says. I have heard thy prayer. I have seen thy tears. Behold, I will add unto thy days 15 years. And I will deliver thee in this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria, and I will defend the city. And this shall be a sign unto thee from the Lord, that the Lord will do this thing that he hath spoken. Behold, I will bring again the shadow of the degrees, which is gone down in the sundial of Ahaz, 10 degrees backward. So the sun returned 10 degrees, by which degrees it was gone down. So did he move the sun again? Something happened. The writing of Hezekiah, king of Judah, when he had been sick and was recovered of his sickness. I said, In the cutting off of my days I shall go to the gates of the grave. I am deprived of the residue of my years. I said, I shall not see the Lord, even the Lord, in the land of the living. I shall behold man no more with the inhabitants of the world. Mine age is departed, and is removed from me as a shepherd's tent. I have cut off like a weaver my life. He will cut me off with pining sickness. From day even to night wilt thou make an end of me. I reckoned till morning that, as a lion, so will he break all my bones. From day even to night wilt thou make an end of me. Like a crane or a swallow, so did I chatter. I did mourn as a dove, mine eyes fall with looking upward. O Lord, I am oppressed, undertake for me. What shall I say? He hath both spoken unto me, and himself hath done it. I shall go softly all my years in the bitterness of my soul. O Lord, by these things men live, and in all these things is the life of my spirit. So wilt thou ever recover me and make me to live. Behold, I don't understand. Wait, I just have to stop. David is the father of Solomon. Was he also father of Look, I can't believe how I don't even know that right now. And in all these things, O Lord, by these things men live, and in all these things is the life of my spirit. So wilt thou recover me and make me to live. Behold, for peace I had great bitterness, but thou hast in love. You know why this happened to me? Because I was studying that stupid Sargon instead of what? That's exactly why this just happened to me. Behold, for peace I had great bitterness, but thou hast in love to my soul delivered it from the pit of corruption, for thou hast cast all my sins behind my back. For the grave cannot praise thee, death cannot celebrate thee. They that go down in the pit cannot hope for thy truth. The living, he shall praise thee. As I do this day, the Father to the children shall make known thy truth. The Lord is ready to save me. Therefore we will sing my songs to the stringed instruments all the days of our life in the house of the Lord. For Isaiah has said, Let them take a lump of figs and lay it for a plaster upon the boil, and he shall recover. Hezekiah also had said, What is the sign that I shall go up to the house of the Lord? That's the end of 38. I'm looking up who is Hezekiah's father. Ahaz is his father. Oh, that was that whole horrible story, right? About and then of course Manasseh was after him, and that was it. They were taken to Babylon, and he was put in stocks. His son Manasseh, but who was Ahaz's father? This is what I get for studying Sennacherib and Sargon and all that. Jotham, yes. So this is that whole weird thing where everybody has similar names, right? That's when Athaliah was involved. Wait a minute. Ahaz was an evil king of Judah who became king at 20. He was son of Jotham. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to make some kind of a better list. Yeah, because I shouldn't know who Sargon and all they are more than these. I can say, well, it came up first, but yeah. So Hezekiah is son of Ahaz. He was no good. He only reigned for 4 years. No, Ahaz was an evil king of Judah who became king at age 20 and reigned for 4 years with his father Jotham from 735 to 731. And you see who is Jotham's father, Uzziah. He was a good guy, right? Wasn't he? There's just very few. Well, I have to go back to the Book of Kings and do a refresher. But he was removed. His father was not David, okay? And in fact, I'm still not sure. Yeah, I need to look this up. Because it still doesn't tell me here. Oh, King David already was king a long time ago. These are all the list of the bad kings. It went David, Solomon, Rehoboam, Abijah, Asa, Jehoshaphat, Jehoram, Ahaziah, Jehoash, Amaziah, Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, Manasseh, Amon, Josiah. So, yeah, it took him a really long time to mess it up and get thrown into Babylon after David. He's like at the top of the list. Let's see what anybody else has to say about it. I don't know. I got confused, I guess, studying the stupid Assyrian kings yesterday. And all my Hebrew king knowledge went out the window. I'm just admitting it. There's a lot of names. But I think the important thing when I'm reading the Bible, just from my own memory, everybody has to do it different. But yeah, this is all a copy of Kings 2. This has all been said. It's probably in Chronicles 2. So we have a clear history. This part, in fact, like if we didn't have the internet, right? You only had the Bible. You could do a lot of work between referencing back from this, in particular, this Isaiah. This is full of information. Like I really liked like Kings and Chronicles because it's just facts. but doesn't mean I'm going to remember it, which I have not. But if we didn't have internet, and in fact, this is what I need to really start doing at this point, since I had some trouble now, is I need to go back to Kings and do some refreshing, and to Chronicles, to 2 Kings. Look, it's not that long. No, it's not long at all. Then Moab rebelled against Israel after the death of Ahab. And Ahaziah fell down through a lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria and was sick. Oh, this guy's terrible. Look what he did. Go inquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron, whether I'm going to recover. Wow. He's asking him to go. That's really bad. Yeah, there were so many bad kings. It's like, how did he even survive? So, yeah, there's just too many names. There's no way I can even try to remember. But I remember that you just have to latch on to what you can latch on to. Here, that horrible Athaliah, right? Everybody talks about Jezebel. Jezebel, she's just the worst. No, her daughter was worse. I remember that story. And then you have like Azariah, and it just gets all. And here in 16, we have Ahaz, right? And he's giving stuff to the king of Assyria from the house of the Lord. Doing just. And then here we go. Shalmaneser, king of Assyria. I think that must be Sargon II. See, I have to stop. Because, yeah, and then it does get into Hezekiah after Ahaz. The main thing is, he not only he was a good king, he was the last good king. Maybe one or two did a couple of okay things. There's one, what was his name? Oh, I didn't want to get into it. Because I don't remember. This is part of it. When people tell you to read the Bible, okay, you can go read it. You can take the next step of trying to understand it. And then remembering it is a whole nother level. You just have to keep studying it. I'm going to have to make a list. And I'm already thinking, like, I'm making a list of the good seed and the bad seed. That one. I need to make this list too, just of the kings in like a short thing about their character, so I can remember them better. That's the way I can remember it. But at least we had that hint that it goes back totally to 2 Kings 20. It's the same thing. It makes you feel better. Okay. Thank goodness.